Hello everybody, it's me again. Um, you guys have heard of stolen valor, correct? And one of the most popular groups that is affected by this in the military are the Navy SEALs, okay? Well, you don't need to go any further. The buck stops here. I'm gonna show you 3 different methods you can use to test whether somebody's lying about being a Navy SEAL or not. You don't have to get on Google and research what they say. You don't have to go to Don Shipley, the Navy SEAL hunter. I'll give you 3 methods or 3 examples of how you know if somebody's lying about being a Navy SEAL or any other Special Forces group. I do have experience. I've been in the military, okay? That's all I'm going to say. But here it goes. I'm not going to get into details about myself. Number 1. If somebody's telling you that they're a Navy SEAL or a former Navy SEAL or a former Marine or whatever, here's what I got to tell you. Number 1. First criteria that might be lying. The fatter the motherfucker. The fatter the motherfucker that is telling you this, especially if it was recent, and the goofier, cornier the motherfucker is, chances are that fat motherfucker's lying to you. Now, not always, because you see, Special Forces, especially the Navy SEALs, pride themselves on their physical conditioning and what they can take. They're not going to let themselves become these big, fat, out-of-shape motherfuckers. Now, that doesn't always ring true, because here you got big, fat Don Shipley. But you got to remember, he's older in this picture. He's a big, fat old man. I'm sure he wasn't, like that when he first got out. Okay? So, we got to let him have some slack, even though he's kind of an asshole. All right. So, if you got this fat, goofy motherfucker who says he just got out of the military, trying to say that he was a Navy SEAL, that's the first sign that he's probably lying his fucking ass off. Okay? Especially if he seems like he's got a few little mental problems and he's kind of corny. That right there tells you something. Okay? That's the first sign. Number 2. Okay? Take a look at your surroundings. Look at and observe where you're at. Look at the context of where you're at when you're speaking to this person that's claiming to be a former Navy SEAL. If you're in a break room of a federal building surrounded by guys in body armor that says SWAT or Federal Marshal on it, chances are the guy might probably be telling the truth. But if the motherfucker you're talking to, okay, is standing in a dive bar, or if you're in a line, you're in the line of the Department of Economic Security, or if you're at work in the break room of fucking McDonald's, or Peter Piper Pizza, or KFC, chances are this fat motherfucker's lying to you again. Okay? Because Navy SEAls do not fucking take jobs. Former Navy SEAls do not take jobs at fucking fast food places, Walmart, and fucking places like that, landscaping, construction. No, they get jobs. You do your own fucking research. They get jobs working for the government, or in law enforcement, or the DEA, or something like that. Okay? So that's number 2. Number 2. You got some motherfucker at goddamn fucking, Little Caesar's Pizza trying to tell you he was a Navy SEAL while he's putting sauce on a pizza. Chances are he's lying his fucking ass off. And number 3, okay? Number 3, this is important. Don't ask these motherfuckers questions. Do not ask these motherfuckers questions. Because these corny ass fat lying motherfuckers, burger flipping motherfucker Navy SEAL wannabes, probably did all the research that they would have to do to answer every one of your questions. They're going to tell you everything that they know about the Navy SEALs because they probably got on Google and researched the shit out of them.